Before he became one of the most influential leaders in history, he was a fierce defender of tradition. And before he was a champion of Islam, he was one of its greatest opponents. Today, we're diving into the life of Umar ibn al-Khattab in Makkah to really understand the man he was before his entire world changed forever.
This phrase, it just perfectly captures the story. To get a handle on the man who would one day lead a global community, we have to start with the boy wrestling with the desert, tending his father's camels out in those rugged valleys surrounding Mecca.
Now, to really understand Umar's world, we need to talk about this concept, Jahiliyyah. This wasn't just a time period on a calendar, it was a whole social and spiritual system. It was a world built on tribal loyalty and ancient traditions, and Umar was born to be one of its protectors.
All right, so within this powerful tribe of Quraysh, Umar wasn't just another face in the crowd. He held a really significant place. So let's explore his identity and his lineage to see where he fit into this pre-Islamic world.
His full name was Umar ibn al-Khattab, ibn Nufail. And you see, he wasn't an outsider at all. His family line was noble, and it actually intertwined with the lineage of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. They shared a common ancestor, which put him right in the middle of the Makkan elite.
But having a noble name didn't mean an easy life, not by a long shot. The desert itself was like a furnace, and Umar's childhood was really a testament to its tough, unforgiving nature.
I mean, listen to Umar's own words about his father al-Khattab. They tell you everything you need to know about the severity of his upbringing. His father was incredibly harsh, and this instilled a kind of toughness in Umar that would define him for the rest of his life.
So imagine this stark, rugged landscape, the Jajnan Valley. This was Umar's schoolroom. It was out there, under that blazing sun, that he learned resilience. Not from books, but from the heavy weight of responsibility for his family's livelihood.
What's so amazing is that years later, when he was the leader of the Muslim community, Umar would look back on this exact memory. He'd remind people, and you get the sense he was reminding himself too, of his humble beginnings as just a shepherd, happy with a simple handful of dates. That was a lesson in humility he never forgot.
So, you'd think this harsh upbringing might break a person, but it didn't break Umar. In fact, it forged him into one of Makkah's most respected and capable men. He became a true pillar of the Jahiliyyah system.
And his skills went way beyond just physical strength. He was known for his wisdom, his eloquence, his ability to persuade people. He was a champion wrestler, a skilled horseman, a successful trader, and he was the ambassador for the Quraysh. When they had disputes with other tribes, Umar was their voice, their champion.
But if you had to boil his character down to one thing, it was his fierce sincerity. Whatever Umar believed, he defended it with everything he had, with this unwavering conviction. And back then, his belief was in the traditions, the gods, and the entire social structure of the Quraysh.
And it was that very same sincerity that made him see the message of Islam as a profound threat. He was terrified it would tear apart the fabric of tribal unity, that it would undermine Makkah's status. So he channeled all his strength and all his influence into persecuting the early, vulnerable community of Muslims.
But history, as we know, often pivots on the most unexpected moments. For a man so fiercely dedicated to the old ways, a single, quiet encounter would plant a seed of doubt and begin to challenge everything he thought he knew.
He sees a group of Muslim women preparing for the incredibly difficult journey to Abyssinia. I mean, they were leaving everything behind, their homes, their families, their entire lives, all to practice their faith in peace, to flee the very persecution that he was leading.
He goes up to one of the women, Abdullah, and asks if she's leaving. And her answer is just so direct. Yes, she says, you have persecuted us and oppressed us. And then Umar's reply is something nobody could have predicted. Instead of anger, instead of threats, he says with a softness no one had ever heard from him, "May Allah be with you."
Can you imagine? She was completely stunned. This man, who had been merciless in his opposition, was suddenly showing this moment of deep empathy, of kindness. It was a total reversal of the man they all knew. Now let's be clear, this wasn't his conversion, not yet. But it was the beginning. It was the first little crack in the armor. His conscience was stirred. Seeing the conviction and sacrifice of these women, it sparked something new inside his heart.
So what was it? What happened in that moment? Was it just pity? Or maybe a grudging respect for their resilience? Or was it his own deep-seated sincerity, finally recognizing a greater truth in their sacrifice?
The man of stone had just shown a profound glimmer of humanity.
You know, Umar's story really shows us that sometimes the most profound change doesn't come from a thunderclap, but from a quiet, unexpected moment of empathy. It reminds us that even the most hardened beliefs can be softened by seeing the sincere faith of others, and it leaves you wondering, what are the unseen turning points that end up shaping our own lives?